It's Kringle time. Sit back and relax as we dive into a world of laughter and learning with the Kringle brothers. Reminding us that we are better together.
Hey! Oh, I hit that button and it didn't come on response right away. It kind of like, oh! Hi, welcome to Kringle Time, everybody. I want
Hello, everyone. Hello to Alan and Dave and Ken and the bearded wine guy. That's just fun to say.
Oh, too fun. I've got to get it in here. That's great.
And
Oh,
of course, AJ's with us, and of course, Wade's with us, and Bill and Bruce. And oh my God, it sounds like we're doing the Mickey Mouse roll call. We just need a net and cubby.
that's just awesome. That's too much fun. I'm so glad everybody's here. You know what?
But
So things have been going well for you this week?
it is going okay. I'm a little sad.
I have a feeling. All right.
Well, why am I sad?
Well, because this is our last show.
I know. See, this is why we're brothers, because
this-
you could read my mind.
It was a Reader's Digest version. But
Well,
no,
at least it's Reader's Digest instead of Crib Notes.
well, this is episode 27. We've been doing this for 7 months. Like,
I mean, I remember last year when we were thinking, are we going to have enough stuff to even do like a couple shows? But 27 shows, and I know we took a couple weeks off too.
well, yeah, it'd be a little bit more if we had those in there. But Chris is on, and Jerry's on, and Gary and John. Oh my gosh, this is awesome! I'm so glad you guys are here with us.
Well, like Michael said, this unfortunately is the last official. We're going to say official.
That's right.
Michael, is your mic in a different one?
Mine.
Different spot?
You want it up there? There. Is that better?
I don't know. That's what Bruce is saying. Yes, Santa Doug, last show, say it isn't so. But you know what? We wanted to take the opportunity to thank you, each of you, for joining us, for supporting us, for laughing with us. So we thought we'd share some of the best moments of the year for this show.
Well, we talk about them, but then I thought it'd be great. I love good puns. And so, in fact, let me do this. I told one of the guys at church that our episode today would be puns. And so he's been texting me. Sam has been texting me dad jokes all week. So let me read a couple of these from Sam. In America, we call it an elevator. But our British friends, that's what they call it. They call it a lift. Yes. I'm laughing and I gotta read it out to you. My British friends call it a lift. I guess we were just raised differently. Get it?
I got it.
Raised differently. I thought that was one of the good ones that Sam sent me.
If that was one of the good ones, there's no telling what the other ones are.
Never trust a train.
Why not?
They have locomotives.
So they have crazy motive. Even Charlie is saying groan on that one.
Oh, I got a groan from Charlie. That's
You
awesome.
got a groan from Charlie. So.
Now, Charlie sent me a whole bunch of dad jokes. And Charlie, just to let you know, They're officially in the 2026 pile, at least three out of the four. And so I've made videos, kind of clips of a lot of the puns and the dad jokes that we did. So, but we'll get to that. You know,
So you actually already spilt the beans. Yes, we are planning to come back for season 3 in 2026.
that's right.
Now, I did say that this is the last official show. And the reason I said that is because, as many of you know, we are going to be broadcasting live from Santa's Closet at Charles W. Howard in 2 weeks. And I think we're also going to be part of the TNL Halloween show as well.
Well, maybe Bob hasn't confirmed that, but hopefully we didn't misspeak. So if we did, we're sorry. you know, but
So,
yeah.
but you know what?
Do you have Halloween costumes?
I don't have. Oh, I just it's funny with me. I have so many Renaissance clothes that I just put a blue shirt on, a pair of black pants, and my boots, and go as a Travelocity gnome.
Charlie does a great gnome.
Doesn't he? I have a picture somewhere. Maybe next year I'll find it. Remind me that Stacy took one of me dressed up as the gnome in my garden. So I'm a garden gnome.
Ah, boop.
Now, if you're a Phineas and Ferb fan, that was a punishment for Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Well, I thought it'd be great to go through the list of episodes, so kind of like the review at school kind of thing. And so I thought what I would do is before I get that, the official dad joke for the evening. I thought I'd run that before I run the review ones. But then after I run the official one, why don't we go ahead and start working through some of our favorite episodes and people that we've
Oh,
talked to.
sure. Well, okay, yeah, let's run that one because I want to read Santa Doug's comment because it's making fun of me.
All right, here we go.
Hey Santa,
Yes, Miss Claus.
did you hear that Bernard got 2 new Dobermans?
No, I didn't. What are their names?
Timex and Rolex.
Oh, they must be watchdogs.
Santa, you are such a cheeky monkey.
Hey, Mrs. Claus,
Yes, Santa.
how much did the pirate pay for his earrings?
I don't know. How much did the pirate pay for his
A
earrings?
buccaneer!
They are too cute together.
I just love it. I can't wait for their show next season.
Oh yeah, that's another plus for those that don't know. Jenny Kringle and Santa Doug, along with
Santa Chris
and
Chris. I call her Christmas Kimmy.
Christmas Kimmy, are going to be coming out with this show on the TNL network, and it's going to be all for couples.
Yeah, isn't that a great idea?
That is wonderful because you know what? I don't think there's enough information out there for couples who work together.
Yeah, I just like it. I
But
mean,
I hope
believing it'll be good.
I hope they also to look at it from not only a perspective of couples performing together, but for some of the couples who one is more or less the manager, and then the other one is the performer.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, because when we were in Tennessee, we were talking to Wade and Scarlett. That's what they do. Scarlett isn't a Mrs. Claus. She basically ensures that Santa Wade, gets everywhere he needs to be.
On time and does bookings and all of that. Yeah,
Exactly. But this is what I wanted to say before. Santa Doug brought up a memory, Michael. He goes, "You remember when I posted earlier this year that if anyone gets a message from me about canned meat, don't open it, it's spam?" Well, apparently I read it without realizing it was a joke. So,
Did you really?
I did too. I remember it now.
The gift from our arrows, our rocket program
Oh.
into the boat, spam, tang, all of that. Yeah, too much fun.
Yeah, as Santa Wade pointed out, yep, Scarlett is his handler.
Yes.
So,
Oh, all right, let's walk through a little bit of this. We started off our season, everything that we did, through all 27 episodes were based on the heart of a Christmas performer. In other words,
Yeah.
looking inward, looking outward. How do we put those together? And then how do we keep going? In other words, so character development was looking on the inside of a heart, and costumes and props were those things that we need that are on outside. And then performance skills, how do I put all that together? How do I take the props, take my heart? How do I bring that in those magical moments to life? And then how do I do all the bookings and the managements and marketing stuff to keep it all going? So that's my heart, because it takes all four of those areas, for us to make sure that our heart is healthy, that we're a healthy Christmas performer. So that was the basis of everything that we've done. That's the plumb, the guideline, the
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of the other
The map.
in other words, kind of thing, map, goals, objectives, depending on what career you're in, and so everything's based, and everything next year will be based on the same thing again, you
Well,
know.
I think the motto "We're better together" really plays to the heart, and to utilize the heart as a metaphor for what we're trying to do here. There's no way else to put it. I mean, we all have the heart of the Christmas performer. And with that, as you said, the four chambers really define it really well. And it also helps to keep us somewhat on track
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
because, well, we can squirrel out with the best of them.
Oh man, can I do that? So, but in
But,
episode 2,
oh,
we talked about character development, and
yeah.
then episode 3, which I don't want to talk too much on that. I mean, character development. I love that area. I love working on those skills and shining. But then episode 3 was Santa's wardrobe. We looked on the outside of it, and then
Mhm.
in fact, that's one of those things. Next year, I'd love to be able to have some of the the wardrobe managers, the not seamstress. What do they call the guys?
Taylor's.
Tailors. There we go. I'd love to have, maybe Sam. And the reason I'd like Sam, to get Sam on is because of the history
Mhm.
along with the suit. Charles W. Howard's an official Charles W. Howard suit, and um, he's such a wealth of knowledge. And of course, then he's a Hall of Fame Santa also. And so that's one of my goals for next year, to get Sam on as we look at that area. Right?
So again, now that you brought that up, if there's anybody that you would like us to reach out to or talk to or see if we can't get on the show, just let us know. Drop us an email or send us a text or come up to us in person and go, hey, you know what? This would be a great time. Because one of our very first guests, which was so much fun to have, was Mitch. Mitch,
Yeah.
Hire Santa.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
But no, it was just fun because many of us know how he was doing the whole Hire Santa thing before he got on the Shark Tank, but Shark Tank kind of helped him blow up Hire Santa all over the place to become one of the most premier places to get a Santa from.
Yeah.
And to hear some of his stories from you and I working with him, raising funds for different charities at different events, you know what? He is a risk taker.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that I loved about the interview and talking to Mitch, was finding out, you know, there's a lot of work managing all these
Oh,
Santas, you know,
there's definitely a lot of work.
and in the the integrity he has of the people that work with him, to make sure that they're paid on time, and even so I was just I was overwhelmed with really that much work. Yeah, here I thought my one man band show was a lot of work. Yeah,
Well, and there's a lot of pieces, especially when you're trying to coordinate not just here in the United States, but internationally as well. I mean, he places people in Dubai. Didn't
yeah.
he place people in China as well too, or in Japan, or one of the two?
I'm not positive. It's growing. So
Exactly.
I would, yeah. Yeah, that was just awesome. And so then our next episode was the art of storytelling,
Oh,
which
that's one of my favorites.
which with John Welch. Just we talked about the book with John Welch. I absolutely love it. It's an intro book. It's not anything that's in depth. But if you're looking at increasing your story skills, John Walsh, The Art of Storytelling. You can get it off of Amazon. And what's great is he's got YouTube videos with every chapter. So you
Mhm.
can see the examples. He gives you practical things to work on. Yeah, I love going through that book.
But you know what's fun with that book too, though, is I don't know about you, Michael, but for me, it gave me more confidence, not only to tell a story, but to research a story,
Yeah,
but to write a story. And you can see where I'm going with this one, aren't you?
keep going.
You know all our Crinkle Time friends that on this Friday at 7 p.m. on Zoom, Michael wrote his first children's book.
Oh, I didn't know that's where you were going.
That was. And he is doing a reading online of his book that is for sale. So you can go to the Kringle Brothers Facebook page. You'll be able to find the link and make a note to join Michael on this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
The
and
link,
you'll hear about Harold the Elf.
yeah, the debut reading of it. The link will be on my Mitten State Santa web page, Facebook. So it'll be Facebook Live, And I got a great review from one of the elementary teachers where my wife works. I I read the rough copy to her classroom, and she's going, "You've got to read this online." All right, I can do it Facebook, So yeah, so I appreciate it a lot. So
But do you know what another fun show was, Michael?
what one? Our next episode, which was episode 7, I love that one. And 8, I love both.
Well, I love 7 because I have Bruce and Kathy Nord on with Michael Connor of Pennsylvania and Bob Smith of New York
Yeah,
and talking about becoming Santa or Mrs. Claus. And it was the next episode in conjunction with that one. We had our Mother's Day special and
yep,
we had Kathy and Pam Smith and Jenny Kriegel on board. These ladies were rocking it. I mean, I was throwing questions. They were pulling things out of the air. It was so much fun. And to see Pam come out, because every time we've met her in the past,
yeah.
she's never been, she's been very reserved. This one, she just let it go.
I was thinking, poor Bob. She's a hoot. Yeah, all right. We won't. Yeah, it was great. So I tell you what, talking all great. Why don't I run my first video for
Yeah, your first dad joke montage.
show montage? These are some of we like these ones.
Mhm.
Hey, Rocky, do you know what kind of fruit likes to slide? A kiwi!
All right, take 2. Go.
What do you call a cow who has just delivered a calf? Decaffeinated!
Now, Santa, when you go to Hawaii, I need you to remember it's illegal to laugh out loud.
What?
You're going to have to keep it to a low.
What do you call a wreath made from $100 bills? Aretha Franklin.
What does a panda use to cook pancakes? Oh, a pan, duh!
I just love some of those. And you know what made it's the facial features. Like with you and Sandy,
Oh,
that your face was just hysterical.
I love Sandy. Sandy's my Mrs. Claus at the Grand Rapids.
I know. Well, Mike Connor wants to know, will you be bringing copies of the book to CWH?
Yes. In fact, I'll say this. I think Wade's online watching. I was hoping that I could put some at their booth. So that if you would like it, you can come get all your accessories from Scarlet and Wade from Santa's Closet, and you can pick up a copy of that book there too. Hopefully, Wade, is that okay? I think he's online. I'm putting him on the spot.
I think we better ask Scarlett first.
Oh yeah, that's right. He said she's the manager. She keeps him in line. All right, yeah, all right.
But you know what? Going
I will have Michael. I will have copies with me too.
Going back to like the storytelling in the book, but you weren't the only one who wrote a book this year as well. You had Bubba Claus who wrote the book Becoming Santa for Ty, his son.
That's right, which is a
And
great read.
it is. He did such a wonderful job for it. And one of the things that I found out that's really great is one, you can pick this book up on Amazon, but any of the proceeds that he gets from the purchase of the book itself is
Yeah.
going to be used to send Ty to Charles W. Howard next year.
So if you would love to help Ty out, Ty's what I think Bubba's
12,
he's 12, so seventh grade, right?
7th, 8th grade. Yep.
And so if you'd love to help Ty get to Santa school, and so he can improve his skills, go out to Amazon, and get that book, and all the proceeds that they've made from that are helping Ty to get to school.
Hang on 1 second, Michael.
All right, there he goes.
I'm disappearing. Willie, is this the book you're looking for? Willie Burnett is saying, I'm looking for a big The Night Before Christmas book. Any sources?
That's a
And
pop
again,
up.
this is a pop-up. Oh, has all my letters from all the children in there. But you can actually see
And
that
it
it
does
does pop up.
sound and music too.
But I don't ever open that.
Hallmark.
But Hallmark. You could maybe look for them. They actually bring them back almost every year.
Well, they were discontinued for a lot of years. In fact, Stephen Gillen he spent a lot of money to get a copy.
Yep. So you might want to try Hallmark this coming up season, or you may want to try looking maybe Amazon, or you can also try just looking on eBay. You might be able to find a copy because Steve picked one up on eBay and paid a ridiculous amount.
We won't talk about that because I think yeah, well, we won't talk.
A couple people already said they got theirs on Amazon last year, so that should help you, Willie. Just go ahead and check out Amazon. So, but Michael, we talked about our Mrs. Claus panel.
Episode 8, episode 9. We talked about being lifelong learners, that we're always learning and growing and sharing. But episode 10 was really special for me.
Oh yes, it was. It was a great opportunity to talk to the family, the family.
Yep.
Behind Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm.
We did that pretty good together.
I did. We can't even do the last part that well together. That's because we think on the last part. This we just go with.
In fact, I love the reindeer farm. They're so knowledgeable. In other words, I don't know if people know, but Dave and Dan are literally the premier head of the group of all reindeer farms. So they presented in Alaska this last year, and when you want to know knowledge about taking care of reindeer and doing that, then guess what? That's the leader in the nation. They've been on the Dr. Pol show. They've been on all of the Explore video stuff with the reindeer and Angel. And ready for this? We'll drop this out. If you're coming to Charles W. Howard, the Sunday, so school's done on Saturday night late. But if you plan on staying a little bit longer, because just down the road, about 30 miles, 30 minutes, 28 minutes, 20, we're right around in there, is Clare, Michigan, and the Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm. And they're opening up the farm for Christmas performers, Santas, Mrs. Clauses, and elves. No charge. Just come.
But the thing is,
look at
the thing is with it though is it's closed to the general public. It's just going to be open to the Christmas performing community. So this will give you a great opportunity if you wanted to bring your suits.
Bring your suits. They'll have spots to change. Get pictures with the reindeer.
It's a lot of fun.
And there's something about walking around reindeer in the farm. It's such a magical place. And everyone dressed up in their suits. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it.
Oh, it is a lot of fun. I mean, we are fortunate because we live here in the same state we go up there for the Jingle Joy retreat, but it is just an amazing time. And again, not only with the reindeer, but with the cows and of course the sloths. And if you come up in June or July, you got the strawberries too.
Yeah, depending on when you're coming. So mark your calendars. And that was I absolutely loved that visit, learning about the reindeers and different facts about them. And when they're there, if you get a chance to go live, Dave usually has a lecture that he'll do some talking and answering questions. And yeah, it's great prep for your backstory when we talk about lifelong learners and stuff that we did.
And as Charlie said, they have an awesome food truck too.
Thank you, Charlie, for the food. All right.
Hey, always about the food.
All of that let's run our next dad joke review series.
All right, next montage. Hello, everyone. What did one snowman say to the other? Do you smell carrots?
So I was walking through the woods the other day, and I actually got mugged by 6 dwarfs. Not happy.
Why did the baby cookie cry? Because its mother was away for too long.
Where are the Santas staying at the Santa family reunion? The Ho Ho Hotels.
What is a chicken's least favorite day of the week? Friday.
You know,
Friday.
I say this all the time. This community always amazes me because there are so many talented and funny people. You know, this if you watch any of the if you want to watch over any of the shows, this would be the best one because you are going to find a chuckle anywhere on this show.
Yeah, too much fun.
Now, our next one was this really special one because we had no idea what was going on around us. This is our live show from the Jingle Joy Retreat with Tim Conahan. And we did this, and people made us look like we were in Times Square, like on the Today Show, because where we were actually broadcasting from had this large window behind it. So some of the Santas went outside and were waving through the window like we were in Times Square.
I think that was Charlie and Dan.
It was Charlie and Dan, but I didn't want to call them out. But you guys made my night. That was just so much fun.
Well, I'm looking at the screen, and all of a sudden I'm seeing these hands behind me. Oh, my gosh. That was no hoot.
I'm just glad they didn't moon anybody.
But our retreat will be there again next last weekend in May. But yeah, all right, we'll save that for a little bit later too. But then we went to our next episode. What's in your bag? I love props.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. But you know what? I'm going to advance 2 shows. We had a special guest on, which was What's in Your Bag Part 2 with Nick Casey. And oh my gosh, he had so many cool toys. In fact, one of his best toys that he showed us was the TV.
Yes, we got him.
It's a real working television that, of course, you have to upload files in it. But your elf on the shelf can watch television. And it's a great prop. It even comes with a little remote control.
I know, isn't it awesome? I've got on mine. I put on the full movie of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So we're talking. This thing can hold a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. So thank you, Nick, for all that. Nick has some great props.
Oh, yeah.
I love technology and I love props. In other words, using it. In other words, yeah. I don't want to give away too much because we're going to be sharing, that's our lecture at Charles W. Howard, but we've got some updates in there and some new things, and I can't wait to share it with everybody. But thank you, Nick, for giving us some great new ideas.
Yes, he did.
Helping us out with that area.
Now, after our What's in Your Bag, we had a wonderful educational show about CRM programs focusing on Kringle Tracker with Roger Minton.
I love Kringle Tracker.
You know, for some of us who are trying to run this business with sticky pads and Excel spreadsheets and maybe Quicken, you may want to take a look at this Kringle Tracker customer relations management system just for the ease of it. I mean, Michael can attest that he can get a phone call or a lead, book it, send a contract out along with an invoice, and within 15-20 minutes already be paid with all the information signed and already scheduled.
Yeah, that was a fast version. That usually doesn't happen at that speed, but I can tell you this, I can testify it for this year. In other words, here it is, the end of the last week in September. I am completely booked. All of my contracts and agreements are signed. Invoices are out. Some of the invoices have already completely paid, with it. I only have one contract that hasn't signed yet. And then they email me today and they go ahead and write it up and we'll get it. So literally, my season, I can spend the majority of the season not worrying about all of the bookkeeping and stuff of it. I can just go have fun with the families and the children. Mm-hmm. So So please take a look at Kringle Tracker. It's absolutely amazing. You know, just the help that it is given to me. And if you need help with it, drop me a mail. I'll do a demo for you. I'll walk you through and how to get it going. It'd be a pleasure, to do that for you. So, yeah.
No. Well, some of you attended Spangle School there in Branson in July, and Michael and I had a variety of different events going on, throwing out baseballs and photo shoots. But one of our favorite shows in the month of July was our Christmas in July show with a little history and, of course, lessons in barbecue from a actual barbecue judge, Ted Flynn.
Yeah. Ted, I didn't know that about Ted. I mean, I knew it, back before the show kind of thing, but it was like, really? You're a barbecue judge? Yeah. I'm thinking that I'd love to judge barbecue. Can you imagine spending a whole weekend just getting all your lunch and everything for free? You're eating samples of everybody's stuff, right?
It's amazing. And then, of course, following that, we did another show a little bit on character development because one of the things we always say with character development, it's constantly evolving, it's changing
Yep.
as new things are created by Hollywood or books or TV or even by each one of us. We are constantly changing our backstory to include as much information as we can.
Yeah, practice, practice, practice. Yeah, it was a great encouragement. And then we had special guests after the week after that with Santa's Closet.
That's just so much fun. They're one of our biggest contributors to the show, and it's because of them our winners actually receive special gifts sent to them.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But Wade and Scarlett, thank you so much. I mean, you guys have made it so much fun. And having the opportunity to come and visit with you and talk to your group down in Nashville was amazing and so much fun.
What a great group. I mean, yeah, yeah, a great, great group. All right, I tell you what, let's run some thanks.
All right, run some thanks, and we're going to start getting into episode 18.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
Are you going crazy managing clients, contracts, and invoices? Kringle Tracker is here to help you. Stay organized with ease. Keep your sanity in check with Kringle Tracker's intuitive tools to effectively manage your schedule and clients. Our seamless, customizable contract system allows you to tailor your contracts to you and your clients' needs. Prepare for tax time like a pro by tracking your income and expenses and generate reports to make it a breeze. Transform your claws business by signing up for a free 20-day trial. Kringle Tracker was created by a Claus for the Claus community so you can focus on making magical memories for your clients. Head over to kringletracker.com and sign up for your free trial today.
Hello. Well, you know what? We are lucky. We have such generous contributors who have actually helped and support this show and are also big supporters of the community as a whole.
Yep.
So, episode 18.
Comment about using it in Canada. Can you use it in Canada? I'm going to say yes. The software you can use it. It's all web-based online, and then it uses PayPal if you want to link a PayPal account. So that's the only account that's in it right now. As Roger just in fact just released an update. Oh my gosh! And some of the updates, cherry. I mean, like sending an invoice, getting all your work done, but then telling it when you want it to go out.
Yeah.
So I can set a date and time with it. So now I can go through everything, like Canva. I literally went through, posts that I want to create for a month and a half, and then they're all in there. They'll just be released when I want them to be released. I've got it all set up. So Chris, I'm going to say yes, but I'm not. It's not 100% yes, but it's in the 90s. Yes. How's that?
I think that sounds good to me. Even if you can only use it for tracking your jobs and putting the pieces together, I think it's very useful. If the contract and the invoice cycle could be a little off because of
It's a conversion of the
exchange
dollar.
rates and taxes and things of that nature. So that might be it. But Chris, you may want to reach out to Roger Minton and discuss it with him. He could give you some more information on that.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Now, episode 18, we talked about improv skills.
Your excellent expertise areas.
Well, I try to do my best, but you are really good at it too.
Well, I like to follow your lead.
But you know what was funny is when we did go to Tennessee and we were teaching improv, and I brought three people up and tried to do an interview, and I changed all their roles. Somehow or another, Mrs. Claus divorced Santa and started hanging around with the Grinch, which was all messed up. But it was totally unscripted. But we kept it going, and the scene was funny.
It was a hoot.
And then we moved into what Michael likes is the Better Together series.
Right, where we had our first one. We had the Claus Consortium in with Dr. Bruce Kotovich and Mike and Betsy and Sean.
Yep. And they just got together this year to put this all together, and they're doing a wonderful job.
They sure are. So, and that was just, and then what, and that's just a little bit different needs kind of thing. But they did it was awesome. So those are, and then of course we went to Santa Mel with the Magic Fellowship group the week after that, where she talked about how her platform meets a different need. And we just wanted people to be aware because you know what, like anything else, we're not a family restaurant. We try to share what we know and try to give what we can, but we also know that personalities and different things like that we're not the only out there. But what's important is that you're learning and growing. So if you can do that in another location or place, then that's awesome. That's what's important. Not that yeah. Hopefully, uh, yeah. Does that make sense?
It seems to me, but then again, squirrel.
So yeah, it's just one of those. So and then the week after that, we had Bob and Scott and Angie.
Which was fun because not everybody gets to talk to Angie.
That's right, and she's a hoot. I mean, she just Bob and Scott and those guys, Spangle and all of them, they'd be really lost without her.
Oh, definitely.
She is definitely the frosting, the cake, and she's I think about just about everything.
Exactly.
They're a little bit of decorations, the sprinkles and stuff on top.
But it's also fun too. Is Angie also helps produce Sean White's show, Vintage Claus, on Monday evenings as well.
That's fun.
So she is very knowledgeable when it comes to all this stuff too. But it was just so much fun to get an opportunity to talk to her, to basically see her, because all you do is hear behind the scenes, Angie, Angie.
Yeah, you finally got to put a voice and a face with the comments back there.
And then following that, we delved a little bit back into Christmas history. And it wasn't just focusing on the guy in red or Mrs. Claus, but we actually looked at Christmas as a holiday.
Yep.
Which was a lot of fun too. And we actually got turned on to a new book that talks about from the Christian the Christian side of how Christmas came about and why dates were chosen and all that fun stuff. So it was a very interesting session. One that I think taught both you and I a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, because it was one of those, when you're not positive of things, you got to spend more prep time making sure you're understanding the content that we're looking at. And so it was a good learning time for myself.
Exactly.
Along with then our next episode, we had the back to school special. In other words, and it wasn't just Santa's school. but it was how can I be an encouragement to kids? Because all of a sudden, when we're looking at children, this is a high anxiety thing for kids going back to school. And if you're in a community, Santa is you're put into a leadership role into that community, and you can influence things. And how can I help those children relax and let them know that everything's going to be fine, that they're going to learn and they're going to move forward. So I love that episode.
And then we went into our checklists.
Yep.
And
Yes.
there were so many, and we actually had to do 2 shows on that.
Well, it's just one of those, it's back to the prep. I would rather be over prepped, and not need something than get someplace and need something and not have it.
Well, I think what you just said sums up, again, another fundamental aspect of this whole show. I mean, one of the things that we actually get asked about a lot, and even not just being a Christmas performer, but it's getting up on stage. It's making that grand entrance and feeling nervous and then feeling ashamed that you're nervous. But how to accept all that nerve and understand that it's not a weakness, but rather a strength, because through that, I was reading a comment from Chris, but by utilizing the fear as a motivation factor, as you said, Michael, you'll become over prepared. There's nothing that can actually come up that's going to actually derail what you want to get done or what you have planned. So use that fear, use that anxiety as something to motivate, to help you get through that.
Yeah.
And looking at the question from Chris here is the Kringle Brothers going to the Ohio Santa School hosted by Ben Bellhorn in March? Chris, we were already part of that, and we were there, this past March?
This last year, we taught for Ben. What a wonderful time.
It was a wonderful time.
Ben's heart is absolutely phenomenal to the community and giving back, and what he does for Ohio Santas and in the area. He does stuff for the Michigan Santas down, that live a little bit closer to the border, that kind of stuff. So, but unfortunately, I booked that weekend, and so, but if you have a chance to go to the Master Claus with Santa Ben, please dive into that.
Isn't even Lee Andrews come back again this year?
Lee Andrews is going to make it this year, and I think Stephen Gillen is coming too. So it'll be absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. So
go on.
Nope. Go ahead. Let's before we move in a little bit more. I've got.
Do you want to do Christmas fact, or you want to do trivia?
Let's do the reel, and then we'll come back and we'll do the trivia.
Okay.
How much does Santa's sleigh cost?
Well, nothing. It's on the house. I asked my wife to embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug.
Why can't your nose be 12 inches long? Then it would be a foot.
Here at the North Pole, the elves and I love elevator jokes. Why do you ask? Well, they work on so many levels.
Hey, Bucky's update, because everybody knows Bucky should be one of our contributors as well. But Bucky's in Ohio is supposed to open in April.
Ooh.
So we're going to have to think about making a trip.
It's going to have to do a Bucky's live show.
That would be funny, because we can hit that one and drive to go to Richmond. Before you know it, we'll be down in Atlanta.
That would be fun.
But tonight's trivia. Oh my goodness, this is our last trivia, Michael.
Well, it is. So,
oh my goodness,
are we ready?
Yes, let's run the spot for Santa's Closet.
Santa's Closet has been committed to providing unique, high-quality accessories for Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the entire Claus community. Our mission is to deliver exceptional customer service and outstanding value, offering competitive pricing and a wide selection of products designed to enrich the Claus experience.
SantaCloset.org.
We should ask Wade and Scarlett if they have a patch of their logo that we could get.
There was something about the patch that they were going to make some, you know.
Somebody was, because we started talking about what would be cool be Santa sponsored like NASCAR.
Well, yeah,
Walking in with little flight suits with patches all over it.
yeah. The president, I think he was the president of the Mid Ohio, not Mid
No,
Ohio,
mid Tennessee, Middle Tennessee.
where the group, and he talked about sponsors, and so I go to Wade and went, we want a patch, you know. So I think Mama was gonna be checking that out, looking.
We're gonna have to say, all right, for today's trivia.
All right, rules. You got to go over the rules.
We have rules. If you've won within the last 65 days, unfortunately, you are not eligible to participate in this one. Also, if you live in Canada or Mexico or abroad, there we do not ship internationally, so we can only ship within the United States. So if you do live close and have somebody that you know that lives in the United States, use their address if you have to. I think I hit them all.
Yep. Sorry.
All right.
You've got to watch this because this could go quick.
This could go quick.
Or maybe we'll see. All right.
We'll see.
All right. I'll read it. You watch. Here we go. What year was Santa's Closet founded? When did it start? What year did Santa's Closet start? And Wade, I don't think you can't play Wade.
Yeah, I don't think Wade or Scarlett can actually participate in this one. Oh. All right, everyone. What year was Santa's Closet founded?
Should I could give a hint. Since I know we got people probably internet searching. You know, just
then let them internet search for a little bit.
Well, I can do that. I'll just make the
Oh, we already have a winner.
Oh, it looks.
Santa Mike Connor came in with 2024. You were so close. You just added an extra 2. The answer belongs to Jim Barrett.
Yay!
2004.
Wait, I'm wanting to do this. I should do this. Here we go.
Yeah. There you go. See, we're learning all kinds of fun stuff.
Still learning the software more, right? That was just great. So just if you would, just a reminder, please send us your first name, last name, your address, and your shirt size, depending on what they're giving away. Sometimes they give shirts. So please send that to kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. Oh, there's the official slide. I forgot to bring that one up. Answer.
That's okay.
2004.
But it's kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. Include your name, your address, and your shirt size.
And the other thing that I guess I'll bring up, if you would, please follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, subscribe to that channel, and any of the things that you've heard us talk about tonight, they're all there and wonderful, our YouTube channel, and you'd be able to watch some of these episodes in the past. They're all there.
And just to let you know, too, whenever Michael and I and Charlie, we all get together on a trip or a travel, there's no telling when we'll pop up on Facebook Live. So you do want to follow us on Facebook just so you can actually go, because we end up in some crazy places.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So thank you.
But while we're thinking about it, Michael, why don't we do your Christmas fact?
Oh, yeah. Christmas fact. Wait, we got to do this. I wasn't ready.
You got to do music. That's the Scooby-Doo opening.
I love, it's so fun to learn to push buttons. I love technology. All right, Christmas fact. Wyoming. And I'm hoping that I don't know a Santa that lives in Wyoming. I need to know a Santa that lives in Wyoming.
First of all, there's not many people who live in Wyoming.
So in fact, it's a notable Christmas fact from Wyoming's territorial days. All right, so this might be pre-state days. In 1858, missionaries at Deer Creek near present-day Glen Rock, right, held a Christmas celebration where they decorated a spruce tree and they played some violin music and they had Bible readings and they had German carols, and it's noted as making it one of the earliest known Christmas trees in the state.
You,
1858. So that's the Christmas fact. Are you there, Michael?
I'm there. I'm just reading Thomas Shear and say, hard to believe that in 40 days, back in the suit. Yes,
Yeah.
Thomas. Michael and I were just talking about that before the show. It's hard to believe that next week it's already October.
Oh, this is my last weekend, and then I'm booked. Every
Yeah,
weekend. You know, so I got Charles W. Howard, and then I'm doing my annual um, Oxford Farm Days. Santa goes get his pumpkin, and so why Santa's getting his pumpkin for Halloween? Of course, I always tell stories and visit with the kids, and we have treats and stuff. And I love going out to the farm because they have a huge corn maze and so some great fall pictures and stuff.
how many times you gotten lost?
The corn maze, never. I've
I
always found
always
my
get
way out.
lost.
It's kind of like, don't tell anybody, but the hint is you can smell the donuts cooking.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Just follow your nose and you work your way out of the
I
corn.
look like Toucan Sam. Follow your nose. Follow your nose.
Oh, so yeah.
But again, the very last episode that we did last week was our 10 rules to live by, which out of all the shows we did, and we've had some great shows and some great guests, but you know what? I think those 10 rules to live by not only impacted my Christmas performer side, but my side as a person.
Yeah. Back to the four chambers of the heart, the healthy Christmas performer looking inside.
Mhm.
One of the things that Santa's changed me.
Mhm.
In other words, when I literally work on developing the characters and those different things, I mean, focusing on those character traits and those things and those rules or whatever, um, they've made us. I think they make us better. Not only as Santa and performers, but as human beings, as leaders in our community. Um, we can make. We have the gift in our hands of making a difference, and I can't wait to hear the stories. From our brothers and sisters of how they made a difference this year.
You know what might be a kind of an interesting segment is maybe we could not only collect dad jokes, but maybe have our listeners write down a magical, memorable moment from the season that we
That's
could share that we could share on the show.
I love that they could just do a small clip, a Reader's Digest version.
Right.
Keep it down to But I like that idea. If you like that idea, drop it in the comments.
Exactly.
I do. I do like that idea. Magical moments. Yeah.
But I think last week's show really carried the spirit that they instill at Charles W. Howard. And you always say it better because you know it by heart. But he heirs who thinks that Christmas comes down a chimney, but Christmas comes in the heart.
The heir who thinks at Christmas. Yep, that's right.
Mhm.
That's good. Good paraphrase. That's a good paraphrase.
So it's
Yeah.
if you're portraying a Christmas performer and it is not changing you, then you might want to do a little introspective of yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's just one of those. We keep encouraging. But I
And
tell you what, I so appreciate it, Michael, the time that we've had, uh, you know, and being able to share our hearts. It's just one of those, and I'll throw this out. We don't make any money, with this. The sponsors that you see, we don't get anything. The TNL network gets some help, with it, but the software and everything else, Like in our high school, we had years where things were very lean. You paid to play, so everything that we've done, we pay to play, and so, but I I'll keep doing it just
Oh, yeah.
because I think it's so important to keep our hearts sharing that, and iron sharpens iron, and sharing things and learning from each other. Yeah, I can't wait to see people at Charles W. Howard, and then have them encourage me and sharpen my blade to become the best Christmas performer that I possibly can be.
Well, Thomas, you know you're always invited to come up. Please, yeah. With all your experience, it'd be kind of fun to pick your brain like that from a designer bearded aspect. Because that's one of the main features there at Charles Howard. Because Charlie Howard was a designer bearded Santa.
And they have Heather. Heather will come in.
Heather from Custom Wigs is usually there, and she actually does a small presentation as well. But just remember this: if you do see us at Charles W. Howard or you see us anywhere, don't be afraid to approach. Don't be afraid to engage with us because why? We love each and every one of you and we want to talk to you. We want to see what you're doing because, as I always say, you guys can take anything I do. If you make it better, I'm going to take it back. And together, we can always elevate one little skit, one little stunt, or one little story. So let's see here. As Randy says, you guys are continuing to bring great shows. You have all of great shows. You have all your and I looking forward to the next season too. And then Santa Wade, I'm so glad we had this time together. Just laugh and sing a song or two.
Yeah,
Isn't that Carol?
Yeah, this time.
Isn't that Carol Burnett?
Yes. In fact, that was in my notes for Charles W. Howard. But thank you, Wade. I was going to share that with you in a couple of days when I finish the lecture. But
Well, see,
notes for
here's
it.
a little bit of history. Thomas just said that he has several of Heather's sets. His was one of the first sets that she made for him for Santa.
That's awesome.
Santa Mike says, "Are you guys doing a live from Charles W. Howard on Wednesday night there?"
Yeah.
Yes, Santa Mike. We will be at the Santa's Closet, and we'll be with Wade and Scarlett. And anyone's welcome to come on by.
Located
at the Spring Hill Suites Hotel.
Yes.
Again, Brian, yes, they will have the Michigan Santa Expo there at the Holiday Inn. There'll be some vendors there. There'll be a few vendors at the Baymont. I believe Santa and Company LLC will be there. And of course, Santa's Closet will bring at Spring Hill Suites. Sorry, Michael?
So for Santa, Sherry Heath will be there. We get our new vest.
Yes. Yep. Scarlett confirmed Spring Hill Suites. So there's 3 different places for vendors going to be at this year. So again, please, if you are coming to the school, you're going to have so much fun. For those who are just coming for the expo,
so I do
so many activities.
Herbie and I are bus captains for one of the buses. So if you can, ride our bus. We usually have a lot of fun.
Well, we do have some fun, but Dr. Bruce and Sean White will be a bus captain of one. The amazing Charlie will be on a bus captain as well too. And I don't know how many buses they have, but I do know those are 3 bus captains. So and there's so many wonderful other adventures. Like on Friday, we're going to Bronner's and Frankenmuth, and then dinner in Frankenmuth.
World's largest Christmas store.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, about lucky. So, all right. So, you know what, Michael? It's time. So, thank you, everybody, for making this a great season. And I wish you the best season of this Christmas. As Mel talks about being magic, may you realize how magical you are and the power that you have in your hand to encourage and to exhort and to love. May your heart always be filled. May you constantly give out so you have room to fill it back up again. And may the light and the shine of Christmas Can the reason for the season always be on your face?
And may the spirit of Christmas live in you every day of the year. Remember to be good, spread joy, and always believe.
Yes, that's right. And thank you to our wives and to
Oh, we can't forget them.
L Productions. You know what? So many people to thank.
There is.
Everyone who's been on the show and listeners, we just really, really appreciate it.
Well, Charlie confirmed there's 5 buses, so maybe on one of the buses, Wooden Herbie and Wooden Michael will be bus captains.
On one of them. It'll be great. All right. Merry Christmas to all.
And to all, good night.
Good night. Afterglow party.
Whoa, I didn't want to say it, the last one.
Yeah. So there was Santa, a policeman, a priest. They all went walking into Buc-ee's for something to drink. Guess what they all had in common?
They were crying because Kringle Brothers is done with season 2?
No, they were crying. They're all thankful for Kringle Brothers show. They love watching, you know.
Oh my goodness. For those that are still with us, thank you again so much for your kindness, for your time, because we know that's precious. But just remember, you are all lights of the Star of Bethlehem, and may your light keep shining bright. And we're always going to be here for you. So drop us an email. Michael, show the email again.
Oh, sorry, I was in a different spot.
That's all right. I can do it quickly too.
There we go.
All right. Just remember, you can always reach out to us at kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. And remember to subscribe and like us on YouTube and Facebook.
There we go.
And we will see those that are coming to Charles Howard in a couple weeks. And maybe we'll start announcing we have a few in-person things for next year. So always remember.
Great season, everybody. We love all of you. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.